All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick Phillips for CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. And we are live from Alumni Field in Wilmington, Ohio. The Hurricane of Wilmington are taking on the Panthers of Little Miami. And tonight's game will be brought to you, as always, by Bogart's Southern Barbecue. Bogart's bringing you all Hurricane sports during this sports season. I want to thank Marty Bogart, and Marty should probably be down there somewhere. He's not here yet, is he? Marty, for helping us bring Hurricane sports to Hurricane Nation. And as always, I've got my right-hand man to the right of me, AJ Ganger, and he'll be doing our play-by-play tonight as I add the color, and Roger will be doing our camera. AJ, you've got the information to start us off with tonight, and then we'll get into a little bit of last night's action since we saw Thursday night lights in Beaver Creek.
All right, thanks, Rick. Again, we're live here from Alumni Field in beautiful Wilmington, Ohio, a beautiful Alumni Field, newly renovated, opened back up for everybody last season. The first game of the opening of the stadium was against Vandalia Butler. Did not go Wilmington's way, but they did pull out 3 other wins here at home during that season. Also a amazing performance against Clinton Massey last year as well, which we'll dive into here during the pregame show. Well, it is night number 2 of opening week of high school football here in the state of Ohio, as Wilmington taking on the Panthers of Little Miami, a game that is almost like a tradition, it seems like, over the past 3 or 4 years. It seems like Wilmington has opened against Little Miami almost every single year, Rick.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how many years it goes back, but of course, Little Miami, not being in the SCOL, is sort of their out-of-league scheduled game that they do, and they've scheduled a couple other out-of-league games like the GWalk schools, Greenville, and also, of course, Vandalia Butler, and they do that partially to help them with the rankings. You have to play those tough schedules if you're going to get the advantage, particularly if you don't end up with an unblemished season.
Well, tonight it's a little cooler up here in the press box. Besides what it was last night. I mean, last night we were all miserable up there in the Beaver Creek press box. I've lost about 5 pounds. Rick probably lost about 20.
I'm losing 20 still tonight.
He's losing about another 20 here tonight. It's still a little hot, but we've got a better breeze coming in because we can actually open up the windows here at Alumni Field inside the press box, which is very nice to be able to do. Going into last season for both of these teams, Little Miami coming in off not a very good season, a 2-8 record overall, but they did win their last game of the season against Aiken 30-8. So a 2-8 season followed by Wilmington's 7-3 season in Scott Kellen's second season as head coach. Going in here to Scott Kellen's third year, he has a 15-5 record with the Wilmington Hurricanes. He's 0-2 against Clinton Massey, obviously, with the blowout being in his first year and the 1-point loss in his second year, which unfortunately, came right down to the wire last season. I mean, an opening kickoff to begin the ball game, then a back-and-forth contest between Massey and Wilmington, and Massey with a 2-point conversion to win it towards the end of that fourth quarter. Wilmington comes in with 3 losses from last season. They lost to Butler, they lost to Massey, and they lost to Chillicothe. The one loss came on the road to Chillicothe. That was at the end of the season, Rick, and we saw, after that Massey loss, it seemed like the wind was taken out of Wilmington's sail a little bit.
And Chillicothe, I think, was underrated. They almost, if you recall, the year before, there at Wilmington College, they almost beat, Wilmington, and it took some heroics in the fourth quarter, I believe, for us to pull that game out. So I think that, Chillicothe probably didn't really, surprise Wilmington. They knew that it was going to be a hard-fought contest, and indeed it was, obviously, Wilmington losing that contest.
And, also the Butler game here to open up the opening of Alumni Field on their home opener last season. Obviously, that was a crushing defeat after beating Butler at Butler the year before in a great ball game that we actually called on CampusNation.com. And it just seemed like Butler wore down Wilmington's defense in that game, and that's what led to Wilmington's downfall. They just pounded the ball with their big, heavy halfback, and that was all she wrote pretty much. There was barely any passing like we saw the year before, just a lot of pounding the ball up the middle for Butler in that game. And then obviously the Massey game where Wilmington just played phenomenal on both sides of the ball. I mean, there really wasn't a negative to take out of that ball game besides the fact that you lost the game. But, I mean, in my mind, that was a huge victory for this Wilmington team last season, taking a defending state championship team down to the wire.
Yeah, I think that when you talk about the way Butler plays football, it's the same way that last night's team, Beaver Creek, plays football. And I think that you see a lot of GWalk schools that are more the grinded-out type of school, the Ohio State, if you will, type of school, where they're really, now Ohio State has changed in recent years to be more, an aerial attack. But
right.
That ground game for Beaver Creek last night, for Butler last year, and we'll probably see more of the same when we go to Butler this year for the Wilmington Butler game.
That is correct, Rick. And speaking of Wilmington's 2016 schedule, this season, it's going to be another tough schedule in the beginning, tough towards the end, and in the middle you have a little bit of a lull with some teams like McLean, Hillsborough, East Glen, but you can't take these teams for granted, obviously, because they can beat anyone on any day. Next week, in week number 2, on September the 2nd, Wilmington will be here at home again to take on the Green Wave of Greenville. On the 9th of September, they'll be at Vandalia Butler. On the 16th, they'll be at McLean. On the 23rd, at Hillsborough. And to close out September, on the 30th, they'll be at East Clinton. Then they'll come back home for the first time in about over a month on October the 7th to take on Washington Courthouse. On October the 14th, they'll take on Miami Trace. On October the 21st is the big showdown with the red X on your calendar against Clinton Massey. And on October the 28th, they close out the season here at Alumni Field against Chillicothe on senior night. So that's the upcoming Wilmington schedule. I know we haven't even played game 1 yet, Rick, but what are some games that you're going to be looking forward to in the coming weeks?
Well, obviously, I think, both of the GWalk schools, we're going to play Greenville here, and then we go to Butler as far as that game. Those two are probably two of the most challenging games that we'll have this year. Last year, we didn't really have a lot of problem with Miami Trace, and most of the other schools, of course, other than Chillicothe and Massey. So the 4 games that I would say are going to make or break Wilmington's season this year, providing they don't overlook some of the weaker teams, will be Greenville and Butler, and obviously Clinton Massey being the cross-county rivalry. And then, we've got something to pay Chillicothe back with this year as well.
And for Little Miami, their 2016 schedule goes as followed. On September the 2nd, they'll be at home against Western Brown. On the 9th, at Taylor. On the 16th, at Mount Healthy. On the 23rd, at Talawanda. On September the 30th, they'll be at home against Northwest. On October the 7th, they'll be at Harrison. On October the 14th, at home against Ross. On October the 21st, at Edgewood. And to close out the season on the 28th against CHCA. Now down to the middle of the field here for the coin toss. The team captains for the Wilmington Hurricane goes as followed. Number 4, Chad Davis. Number 16, Porter Packett. Number 56, Preston Kessler. And number 58, Gage Smith. Those are your team captains for the Wilmington Hurricane as they are down on the 50-yard line. Doing the coin toss now is about 18 minutes away from kickoff here to open up the 2016 season for the Wilmington Hurricanes. And, another surprise kind of breaking news story is the story of the SCOL, Rick. You know a lot more about it than I do. What is going to be happening with the SCOL in the coming years?
Well, once again, Troy Deals, our athletic director, could probably explain that better to us. But as I understand it, the SCOL will remain intact, at least from the standpoint of remaining a league, and it will be primarily a league for the purposes of team play among sports that some of the other schools in us joining this new league will not be participating in, so that we'll be able to continue to play all our sports like lacrosse, which this year is official. It's an actual, sanctioned sport as far as the Ohio, High School Athletic Association. It was a club sport in years past, but we'll be able to continue to play, lacrosse. We will play teams, not only, as we did last year, but we'll be able to play teams in the SCOL and have a championship still by inviting teams to participate in that league. As far as the new league that we're joining, I don't have a lot of information. We have done a few games. We did some softball games with a few of their schools last year. They have some great schools in that league, and about the only thing I can say that might be a question mark will be how we get to some of these schools in the dead of winter, because a lot of them are sort of off the beaten path. There's no major highways to get from here and there, so that'll be interesting. And of course, we don't have to worry about that till next year.
All right, the coin toss results are in here. Wilmington won the coin toss. They'll be receiving, going from right to left on your computer screens, iPhones, tablets, television sets if you're on Roku, for anything and everything you're listening to us here on tonight for this 2016 high school football opener between the Wilmington Hurricane and the Little Miami Panthers. Last season's matchup, Wilmington with a 48-26 victory over Little Miami. Giving up 26 points to Little Miami, in Scott Kellen's mind, was probably not the way he had it planned last season, and being a defensive guy.
Well, Scott obviously coming from a defensive perspective, Scott definitely, he doesn't like to give up any points. If you recall, the year before, first year, they were very stingy with a lot of their games, and in fact, Butler was one of those schools where we saw some real stinginess when it comes to defense. And so I think that, not that he isn't interested in offense, I think that he would always like to see a goose egg up there, when you're talking about the defense playing any teams.
So this season, Wilmington is a little younger than what it has been in years past. Not as many seniors on the team, a lot of juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. You've got people like a sophomore in DJ Ames, who's a running back and a DB. You got a senior in Adam Phelps, and Chad Davis, a running back and a wide receiver tandem there. Junior Matt Smith, Kyler Reed. Then you've got the dynamic person, the only person on here that is listed as an athlete, number 25, Dylan Bogart, one of our favorite players. We've seen this kid grow from being just a freshman 2 years ago to now being one of the best players in the state of Ohio, in my mind.
And not just football, but also basketball, obviously.
And, we don't know exactly where he's going to be on the field. He's listed as an athlete. So basically what an athlete can do for you is he can play any position on this field. Be a wide receiver, be a running back, be a quarterback. He can be a defensive back. He can be a linebacker, anything. They told him they were up. Rick's doing something here.
Yeah, she needs the password to our Wi-Fi.
Oh, I know what it is. It's actually really easy. Password 123.
He's lying. So now half the stadium is connected to us, AJ.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
I got downloaded.
We are about 13 minutes away from kickoff here to begin the 2016 season for the Wilmington Hurricane. And Rick, last night we were at Beaver Creek High School.
Yes, we
were. For Thursday Night Lights, the first inaugural Thursday Night Lights on Fox 45 and ABC 22. But we were there covering it for CampusNation.com, and a very hot Thursday night evening, a very long game. The shortest quarter of the game, thankfully, was the fourth quarter of that ball game. Beaver Creek didn't waste, they ran off 8-9 minutes of that fourth quarter just on that first drive that, was a 97-yard drive that was capped off with pretty much the game-sealing touchdown as they beat Xenia to open up the season 37-20. What were your thoughts on that first game and, the feel of a Thursday night game being on television?
Well, of course, I wasn't on television, AJ.
Right.
On television? Did you get a television picture?
I don't think I did.
You don't think so? Well, anyway, obviously because of the television schedule, there were a lot more breaks, from the standpoint of commercial breaks. So that's what drew the game out, and that's why we still haven't posted to the website last night's game. We are still in the process of processing. That should be posted when I get back after tonight's game, so probably sometime between 10 and midnight. That game will appear on our website from last night, and then tomorrow we shouldn't have quite as long to go through that process, and we should have it on the website by 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as far as this game tonight. I think that, and of course me being an alumni of Beaver Creek, it was kind of exciting to go back and, to be actually doing the same types of things for Beaver Creek High School that we're doing here for Wilmington High School. And I think that, as a game goes, it was exciting doing it on a Thursday night rather than a Friday night, and being actually and knowing that we were doing the first game of the season. There wasn't a game before last night, to my knowledge, anywhere in the state of Ohio. There may have been a Wednesday night game, though. I think if you look at Yappy, there might be some scores from Wednesday. But anyway, it was definitely an exciting game from start to finish. It went back and forth the first couple quarters, and then I think Beaver Creek just finally, their ground game wore down Xenia. It was a hot night. There was a lot of cramping. I think, didn't we say someone lost their cookies on the field there?
Yeah, a couple people, getting unnecessary roughness penalties, just little chippy things that these kids can just, leave on the sideline, don't let your emotions take over the ball game, and for some people, that's exactly what happened last night.
And I think we'll probably see that the first game or two, a lot, particularly with these football players, it's a lot different hitting someone, with your pads on, everything on, and in a real game situation than it is, when you're going against someone in practice. So, initially for the first game or two, we'll probably see, a little more of that chippiness until we get to maybe the second to the last game of the season between Wilmington and Massey, and then all the chips will fly, as they say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that game's going to be physical. It was physical last season. It was physical during the first matchup a couple years ago as well. Tonight, Wilmington, like we said, they're not as old as what they have been in the past. A lot of young players. We're going to see a lot of new people probably out there on the field that we haven't seen. We don't have a Matt Credit this season for Wilmington, so that's going to be new. We're waiting to see who's going to come out there and line up at quarterback. But Wilmington runs the type of offense that just tears your heart out. They run that spread style pistol. They're always lined up in a pistol, ends up in a shotgun formation. They can go deep. They can run up the middle. They can go outside. They can pass across the middle. Wilmington can do just about anything they want to do in this offense. And on the other side of the ball on defense, they're just as physical. I mean, they're hard-hitting defense. These kids, they go out there, they make big plays, they blow up the middle. They do not allow you to beat them on defense unless it's deep down the field like we've seen before.
And they don't want their coach upset with him being that defensive mind. He definitely, not that I said like he does not, he doesn't have, I guess, the same fondness, as he does for the defense. We've got the national anthem now. I think we're waiting for the jets to fly over, right? Oh, okay. All right, our national anthem. Got about 6 minutes before this kickoff. And of course, as always, you're listening to CampusNation.com, the sports animal. It's your home for high school and college sports. And speaking of college sports, we're going to be doing Wilmington College football here in a couple weeks.
I don't think their first home game is until the 17th.
17th of
September.
Because
I believe they play at Bluffton the first game, which they won last season.
That was their only win last season. I'm hoping that perhaps we'll get at least twice that many wins this year.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they're going to turn it around. I mean, Stacey Harrison's been there for, 5 years now, going on 6.
And we've got a new assistant coach that played with Stacey, and I met him, it's been, I think back in early summer, or maybe even in the spring. And so hopefully we'll have some more, some more talent and help to turn our program around there at Wilmington College.
Wilmington and Little Miami getting ready to take the field here with about 4:45 left to go until we kick off the 2016 season here from Alumni Field. Again, this isn't the first game that we've broadcasted or the first game that's been played here in the state of Ohio. This is just the first game for both of these teams. It is week 1, the official start for week 1 on a Friday night. Everyone around the state of Ohio out playing football. I passed Marion Local's bus coming in here. So you know how many kids play on that team. About 100 boys in the school and about 100 boys play football for the Marion Local Flyers. You know, multiple time state champions in Division 6 and Division 5.
Blanchester, Massey tonight. Blanchester, Massey tonight. Not Blanchester, Blanchester.
All right, so Massey is at Blanchester tonight.
Wilmington getting ready to take the field, getting pumped up in the tunnel down there on the right corner of the end zone.
I think I've lost 20 pounds of water.
Yeah. And here come the Wilmington Hurricane onto the field. This is going to be a great 2016 season. Rick, is this the season Wilmington finally just blows by everybody and they get into the playoffs?
Well, obviously, that's what we're shooting for. We are shooting for a playoff season this year. We just barely missed it 2 years ago. Last year,
about a win away.
Right. Last year was a little different. Last year, with that crushing defeat at Chillicothe, there was no chance that we were going to make it. But this year, obviously, we're starting anew, and this is home for us, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, we've done Wilmington football for 2+ years. Followed Wilmington High School from the start of Scott Kellen's coaching career here at Wilmington. We used to do some sports shows, Generations Pizza on Thursday night, with Kellen. And, he's always been great to us, grateful for us coming out and covering the ball games. And, I mean, it's going to be just a great season in my mind. I'm already hoping that Wilmington comes out here in this first week of the season and they just, show everybody why they are a powerhouse. And
so you already have your playoff tickets bought, right?
Yeah, I already have my playoff tickets bought this year. I mean, Wilmington, I think in my mind, they're going to end up going. Little Miami tonight wearing their away uniforms, white tops with black numbers, yellow trim around the numbers, and silver pants with the gold helmets on one side, the paw print logo, and on the other side, the numbers on their jerseys. For Wilmington, they're wearing their matted black uniforms, all blacked out with the Nike logo on the chest, numbers on the shoulder pads, and on the fronts and backs, all in orange.
Metallic orange, it looks like.
The teams are taking the field as Wilmington is out there to receive the kickoff. They will be going from left to right to begin our ball game here this evening. And Rick, what do you think? What's your prediction?
You mean as far as a win for Wilmington?
Yes.
I think that, barring some catastrophic incident. I think that this is pretty much Wilmington's game to lose. I don't think that there's any question that Wilmington has a lot of talent. Obviously, we've not seen Little Miami, and we didn't do the Little Miami game, if you remember last year. That was at Little Miami. We didn't start till the second game of the season with Vandalia Butler. But for all intents and purposes, as I said, I think this is Wilmington's game to lose. So as long as they take care of business, this should be a W for Wilmington.
We were in the Boondocks last season up in St. Henry doing that. That's game right. For St. Henry and Covington
St.
week
Henry
1.
and Covington, yeah.
Alrighty. Little Miami teeing the ball up on the 40-yard line, back deep to receive the kickoff for Wilmington. Number 3, Adam Phelps, and number 25, Dylan Bogard. Kicking off, number 55, Chad Morello. We're lined up, and the 2016 season is getting ready to be kicked off, and we are underway. It's a pooch kick. It's going to take a bounce at the 20 and be picked up by number 24 for Wilmington, France Cheriska.
And smothered right there.
So Wilmington takes over first down and 10 on their own 21-yard line, as they will have the ball here first down and 10 to open up the 2016 season. And Rick, like we were talking about, very fast-paced offense. They run a lot of spread. They're quick. They know they don't huddle a whole lot unless it's later in the ball game. Even then, they're at the line. They're looking for signals on the sideline. They're ready to go.
And we're ready to go. And remember, all Hurricane Sports this year, as usual, brought to you by Bogart Southern Barbecue.
The freshman quarterback, Brady Evans, is on the field for Wilmington in the gun with 3 receivers, far side left, 1 near side right. Next to him is Adam Phelps, as we got a first down and 10 for the Hurricanes after the opening kickoff.
What do we got going on here? Oh, he had the equipment problem.
First game of the year, you're allowed to have some of them. All right, here we go. The whistle from the official in the gun. Evans takes the snap, fakes the jet sweep to Bogart. He's going to go deep on the first play of the game. And there's number 32, Tony Merritt. Just tripped up at the 16-yard line of Little Miami. First play of the ball game, and Wilmington is already inside the red zone. Well, nice pass.
That was a beautiful pass.
Well, Tony Merritt, he just beat the defense there, plain and simple.
Yeah, he sort of slipped behind the safeties. They didn't pay attention, and they got burnt.
3 receivers will be lined up near side right, 1 far side left for Evans, who's in the gun with Phelps on his left side for first down and 10 on the 15.
Well, this is one case you can't go to the refrigerator to get anything because you're going to miss a big play.
That's true. Bring your phone with you. First and 10. Evans with the snap. Read option, hands it off to Phelps.
Not much on the ground there.
2-yard gain out to the 13. It'll be second down and 8.
2 yards on the play, second down and 8.
Second down and 8 on the 13-yard line here for the Hurricane. They go right back to the line with 3 receivers near side right, 1 far side left. Evans in the gun. Phelps next to him on his left. There's the snap. Another read option. This time Evans is going to pull it down and keep it. And there goes Evans. Dancing into the end zone for a Hurricane touchdown. And that just took 59 seconds for Wilmington to put the first points on the board here in 2016. 79-yard drive in just 3 plays, capped off with a 13-yard touchdown run by Brady Evans on the read option. In to kick the PAT is number 91, Brady Henry. Number 15, Ryan Camp, is the holder. There's a snap, holds down, kicks up end over end, and right through the uprights. 11:01 left to play in the first quarter here in week 1 for the Hurricanes, and they're already out 7-0 over the Little Miami Panthers. As you're listening always live to CampusNation.com, the Sports Animal, your home for high school and college sports. I'm AJ Ganger with Rick Phillips and Roger the Dodger on our camera, capturing all of our video for your viewing pleasure tomorrow on the Campus Nation website.
And this is actually Roger's inaugural season as far as football. He didn't do football video for us last year.
No, he did a pretty good job last night, didn't he, Rick?
Hey, he did a great job.
Rory Bell, number 26, will be in to kick this one off for the Hurricane as he gets it all teed up. And out come the Panthers.
26.
Yeah, it's a little warm, Roger. You can tell by me.
Back to receive the kickoff. Number 11, Cordell Oder, and number 4, Lucas Patton.
So let's see now what this Wilmington defense can do.
There's the kick. It's a line drive kick. Patton will field it at the 4. Takes it out across the 10. At 15, he just makes it across the 15-yard line before being brought down by number 39, Trelea Joyner. And that's where Little Miami will begin their first possession of the ball game. First down and 10 on their own 17-yard line. So a good start so far for Wilmington. The 3-play, 79-yard touchdown drive to open up the ball game, and then a good job to prevent Little Miami from getting to the 20-yard line on the kickoff return. Troops coming out onto the field. And at quarterback will be number 14, Dylan Carpenter. And Wilmington is going to burn their first time out already here with 10:55 to play in the first quarter. Now Little Miami took the timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say they looked like they were a little confused there at the line, and I don't know whether they were trying to get some signals in or they had some other problems, but they called the timeout.
I mean, it is the first game of the year. You're going to have some mistakes. You're going to have some jitters. We didn't see a lot of silly mistakes like that last night. I mean, those teams last night, they were ready to go.
Yeah, and of course with the offense that Beaver Creek runs, that option, they were very crisp. We saw very few mistakes. We saw no mistakes as far as them in their exchange as far as the ball. So let's hope that this is basically error-free tonight. We just have good, hard football.
4 wide receivers lined up, 2 on each side for Carpenter in the pistol. Takes the snap, fakes it, jots back the pass, under pressure, has to roll and just get rid of it. Second down, incomplete.
Pressure was on that Wilmington defense. Looks like they haven't missed a beat from last year.
He only looked to one side of the field there, Rick. He should have looked over here to the near side because he did have a couple guys running slant routes that he could have hit, right away. You have that internal clock in your head as a quarterback where you have anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds
scan,
to get rid of the ball, before you pull it down and just run. And there's a penalty flag on the play now.
So is it something someone has said? He's going over to the Little Miami coach, pointing to something at the sideline.
I think they were talking about grounding. Yep, it is going to be intentional grounding. It's going to be loss of down.
So it looked like he was out of the pocket. Was he in the pocket still? Or
I think he was still in the pocket, like inside the tackle box. So this is going to back him up. And it's only going to back him up
5 yards?
It's a spot foul.
Oh, okay. So it's 10 yards from the spot, right?
That was probably about a 14-yard penalty. Backs him up to the 5.
All right.
So second down and 22 officially on the scoreboard as Carpenter's in the pistol formation with 2 receivers each side. He's going to take the snap, and it's a fumble. The ball is loose. And they recover it at the 1.
Yeah, little Miami really looks nervous. They really look sort of...
They don't look like they're ready to go.
No.
So it's third and an eternity.
I don't think that it's all Wilmington that's causing these problems. I think that, I don't know whether to call it opening night jitters or whatever, but
Third down, 26 yards to go.
So third and very, very long for Little Miami. They have to get it all the way to the 27 just to pick up a first down. They're on the 1. Carpenter in the pistol, waiting to snap. Gets it, and he's just going to punt it. It was fourth down because of the grounding penalty. That's a nice punt, though, from the end zone. Takes a bounce across the 50 and is down at the 48 of Wilmington, where the Hurricane will take over first down and 10. The yard marker was wrong down there. That's why we got a little confused.
Yeah, the scoreboard actually indicated it was a 3rd and 26.
So because the intentional grounding was a loss of down, the official did not signal that. That's why we were all a little confused here. So Wilmington takes over back on offense with 9:56 left to play in our first quarter, leading 7-0 as they'll have their second possession of the ball game coming up.
Just shy of the 50-yard line.
Just 52 yards to go, a little closer than it was last time, as Evans will bring the troops out onto the field. He'll line up in a full house pistol here, with Bogard being the lone tailback, with 2 receivers split out, 1 on each side. The snap and a penalty flag. Gonna be all sides.
It's against Little Miami.
So another mistake for the Panthers, and it's going to make Wilmington move into to Panther territory, I should say, all the way to the 47 of Little Miami. And instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 5. They're going to line right back up into the full house formation. Evans the QB, Bogard the tailback. The snap, there's the handoff to Bogard. Danson finally finds a hole, gets across the 45 and across the 40 before being brought down by a host of Panther tacklers at the 37-yard line.
Nice pickup.
And that's going to be a Hurricane first down.
Lights are on now, AJ.
Yeah, lights are on. It got darker quicker here tonight than what it did last night.
Well, we're probably closer to the equator here in Wilmington than we were in Beaver Creek.
Full house set again. Bogard the tailback. Evans in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off to Dylan again. Here on the right side, Bogard gets across the 35, down to around the 33-yard line. A nice pickup there for Bogard of 5, and we'll have a 2nd and 5 upcoming for Wilmington.
And a nice balance here as far as the offense. They started with that big play pass that resulted in so much yardage, and now they're on the ground for a few plays. Sort of testing all their cylinders, I guess you could say.
Full house set again, and the pistol is Evans. Bogard the tailback. The snap. This one's going to be handed off to Bogard now on the left. And he drove the pile forward there. He was stopped short of the first down, but that push from the offensive line is going to get him a first down at the 27-yard line, so a first down for the Hurricane.
Well, he looks sort of like Roger there in line at McDonald's trying to get his order in there. He was pushing.
Full house set again. Here, Evans in the pistol. Takes the snap. Fake to Bogard this time. Play action rollout. Evans is going to just pull it down and run it himself. He lost the football. And the officials are going to call him down at the 22.
Kind of took a hit there.
Yeah, he did. But he's up. So around a 5-yard gain for Evans on the rollout pass. Just pulled it down and ran himself. 2nd and 5. Same formation again in the full house pistol with 2 receivers lined up, 1 on each side. Bogard the tailback behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off to Bogard on the left. And he's going to be stood up just shy of the 20-yard line. He maybe picked up a yard on that run. And it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Wilmington. Just outside the red zone here. Needing to get it just across the 20 to the 17. They're on the 21. So we'll have a shotgun here with Evans, lined up with 3 receivers on the left, 1 receiver near side right. Phelps is on his right. Here comes Bogard in motion. And a lot of movement from both sides, and this one's going to be a full start against Wilmington. So instead of 3rd and 4, we're going to have a 3rd and 9.
Indication is it's going to be a 5-yard mark off against the Hurricane for legal procedure.
So the ball's going to be brought back all the way to the 26-yard line. 3rd and 9 for Wilmington. 7:20 left to play here in our first quarter. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 near side right.
Got a pass coming?
Here comes Bogart in motion. Nope, it's a jet sweep. Bogart finds a hole on the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5. Tiptoeing down the sideline for a Hurricane touchdown.
He ducked instead of going around.
Yep.
And that freed him up to go right into the end zone.
And some pretty foot movement there on the sideline to stay in bounds for the touchdown.
That's why he's an athlete.
So Dylan Bogard will score the second touchdown for the Hurricanes here in the 2016 season. Brady Henry out to attempt the PAT with Ryan Kemp, number 15, as the holder.
Number 91, Brady Henry. Holder is Zach Eaton.
Snaps down, kicks up, and over in, and good.
Touchdown is good. In the lead, Wilmington 14, Little Miami 0.
The holder is Zach Eden. Switch numbers. 7:08 left to play in the first quarter. Wilmington now leading Little Miami 14-0. As you're listening to live high school football only on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Coming out to kick this one off, Rory Bell, the freshman kicker. Back to receive is number 4, Patton, along with number 11, Oder.
Kicking formation for the Hurricane, number 26, Rory Bell.
And Bell's kickoff is in the air. Nice high end over and kick. Patton will field at the 11. Takes it across the 15, across the 20, across the 25. And he's down at the 27-yard line, where the Panthers will have a little better starting field position here to begin their second drive of the game, which ended in a punt.
Going to be 1st and 10 for Little Miami. The line of scrimmage will be the 27-yard line.
Official timeout on the field. 7:03 remaining.
Today's game audio is being streamed live on CampusNation.com, the sports animal. The audio and video stream of the game will be available on demand tomorrow afternoon on the Campus Nation website. Campus Nation is your home for high school and college sports.
There's our shameless plug.
There it is. Bill Lehrman, the voice of Wilmington Hurricane football. And next week, just for those in the know or wanting to know, because we haven't really updated the website, we are going to start posting some of the other sports that we're going to be doing, like girls volleyball and the such. But we've got Carroll Patriots going into Beaver Creek, playing Beaver Creek High School at Frank Zink Field. And then Greenville, the Wave, coming in here to Alumni Field to play the Hurricane next week.
Carpenter on first down is just going to take the snap from the gun and run it forward on the keeper for a nice gain of around 12 yards and a first down for Little Miami now.
First down yardage.
So first down for Little Miami at the 40. Carpenter gets to play in. He's in the gun. 3 receivers far side to the right, 1 near side left. And the tailback Tosh moving to his left. Motion man is Patton. There's the jet sweep, and Patton's brought down to the backfield. Number 39, Trey Lee Joyner on the stop.
Stop for the Hurricane, number 39, Trey Lee Joyner.
Loss of 3 for the Panthers on first down. It's second down and 13.
Loss of 3 on the play brings up second down 13.
Panthers getting the play in from the sideline. 3 receivers lined up, far side right, 1 near side left. Carpenter is in the gun with Tosh on his right. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it again. A big hole opened up there, but good job by his offensive line. He gets across midfield and down to the Wilmington 47-yard line for another Panther first down. That offensive line is getting Wilmington's defense out of there with that initial push, and that's why that hole opens up for Carpenter there just to take it himself.
47.
Three receivers, far side of the right, one near side left. Carpenter's in the gun. Tosh lined up on his left. The snap, and another quarterback keeper. Carpenter in trouble, and he may have just picked up one before being dragged out of bounds.
Looks like they're marking it right there at the
Yeah.
Tyler Reed, depending on the play for the Hurricane.
yard and a half. Yard.
Yes.
They got a second.
About a yard. Yep. 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Panthers now. Pistol set. Three receivers far side right, one near side left. Carpenter takes the snap in the gun. He's going to hand off to Tosh up the middle. Squirts ahead across the 45 to the 43. 3-yard gain. Third down and 7 for Little Miami now. Carpenter's in the gun. Three receivers far side right, one near side left. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Under pressure. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. I think he was trying to find Patton there on the sideline, and now it's going to be 4th down.
Well, he did have two receivers over there to pick from, so it wasn't a problem as far as throwing it out of bounds.
So 4th down, and here comes the punting unit.
56, Preston Kessler.
So once again, the Hurricane bent, but they didn't break.
So number 15, Zach Eden, and number 32, Tony Merritt back to receive the punt for number 55, Murillo, who's standing on his own 43-yard line. Takes the snap. There's the punt. Nice high punt that's going to sail out of bounds.
The question is where?
We'll wait for the official. Starts at the 16, walks across the 20.
Up to the 23.
Yep.
As the punt goes out of bounds.
So the punt will go out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Just a 21-yard punt.
2-yard line.
And Wilmington will have their third possession here with 5:10 left to play in the first quarter. Wilmington leading Little Miami 14-0.
Make that the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hurricane.
Evans is in the gun now. Three receivers far side left, one near side right. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Up the middle is number 3, Phelps, and Phelps is all the way across the 50-yard line before being dragged down at the Panther 46.
Very
and
nice
a
run.
huge run on first down. 22 yards. First and 10 for the Hurricane after the run by Phelps. Trips lined up near side right, one far side left. In the gun is Evans. Takes the snap. That's a read option. Hands it to Phelps anyways. Phelps keeping his feet moving down to the 41. A 5-yard gain. And 2nd down and 5 upcoming for the Cane.
He advances the ball down to the 41-yard line.
2nd down and 5 for the Hurricane. Getting the play in from the sideline is Evans. Trips near side to the right, one far side left, in the gun with Phelps on his left side. Now receiving a play change here from the sideline. Takes the snap. It's a screen pass to Dylan Bogart here to the near side. Breaks a couple across the 40. Still dancing his way around is Bogart. And he gets across the 35 to the 34. A gain of 7 and a Wilmington first down. You can give him the ball anywhere on the field, Rick, and he's going to find a way to pick up 12 yards.
Dylan definitely has those moves.
First and 10 for Wilmington. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Evans in the gun. Takes it. Play action. Dropping back. He's going to go deep into the hands of Chad Davis. And a Wilmington touchdown, 34 yards from Evans to Davis.
I like this offense.
You've always liked Wilmington's offense.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, from the standpoint of accuracy, Evans has really been on the money.
Not bad for a freshman, huh? I think that's the future of Wilmington football right there. 4 years.
Well, it certainly gives us pause to think that we've got some young talent like that is going to perform that kind of that well.
Henry's PAT is up end over end and good. 3:55 left to play in the first quarter. And Wilmington running all over Little Miami now, 21-0. You listen to Week 1 High School Football live on CampusNation.com, the Sports Animal, your home for high school and college sports. We would also like to thank Bogart's Barbecue, located 975 South Street here in Wilmington, Ohio. Stop in there, see Marty, and tell him thank you for bringing you Wilmington sports all season long here on CampusNation.com. He's got the greatest barbecue around.
He does. And, of course, we'll have to figure out what game it's going to be. Usually it's around Chillicothe time when he brings us that barbecue.
Pulled pork sandwiches. Bell in to kick this one off again. Back deep is Patton and O'Dwyer.
Corey Bell kicking formation for the Hurricanes.
And the kick from Bell is a high one. Patton's going to back up, field it at the 7, takes it across the 15, now across the 20, and is finally dragged down from behind at the 31-yard line. Tackle by number 56, Preston Kessler. And here come the Little Miami Panthers back on offense. Rick, what are you seeing from Little Miami now? Why are they not able to really move the ball?
I don't know whether it's because of youth or just opening night jitters, but they definitely don't look like they've been in sync. Probably their most productive play has come from their quarterback, and usually when he keeps the ball. One of the things that I would say, it does look like the Little Miami offensive line is pushing back and opening holes. It's just a matter of maybe more weight on that side of the line than the Wilmington side of the line, but there's only so much that you're going to be able to do if you're that one-dimensional.
Carpenter in the pistol, takes the snap, read option play, and he should have handed that one off because he's gobbled up in the backfield for a big loss. Again on the tackle, number 56, Preston Kessler. Loss of 4, second down at 14.
Coming up to the quarterback sack for Wilmington, Kessler.
We're going to have trips lined up far side right, one receiver lined up near side left. Carpenter's in the pistol with Patton behind him as the tailback on 2nd and 14. Snap. There's the handoff to Patton. Broke away from one initially and then was brought down. Number 40, Brett Bell on the tackle.
Still not getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Not the original line. He did pick up 2. 3rd and 12 from the 27. For the Panthers. Trips lined up. Far side right, one receiver near side left. Patton the tailback behind Carpenter, who's in the pistol formation. 2:40 left to play in the first. The snap. He's going to go deep. It's one-on-one on the outside. It's a catch. What a catch by number 3, Cameron Bates, and a huge first down there for Little Miami.
On the reception, Cameron Bates.
Yeah, he just dropped back and let it fly, and
Play will result in Panthers first down. Ball will be in Wilmington territory.
I think it was Bogart in coverage for Wilmington.
he threw that, obviously, without the receiver even, knowing that it had been thrown in the air yet. And the receiver turns around. There's the ball.
First down play. It's a read option kept by Carpenter. Nope, he's going to flip it off. And nothing doing there. That's actually a loss of a yard. The pitch was to number 10,
Brought down on the play by
Trent Dawson. Pence on the tackle.
At the score of an
Second down and 11.
The first quarter, Clinton Massey 7, Blanchester 3. Repeating, Clinton Massey 7, Blanchester 3 at the end of the first quarter.
Massey 7 and Bland 3.
At the end of the first.
That's kind of a close game for a Massey Blanchester game.
A little close for comfort, maybe.
Yeah.
3 receivers lined up far side, right, 1 near side left with Carpenter in the pistols, Patton behind him. Takes the snap as Carpenter throws the curl route. Wow! Nobody can bring him down, but the official is going to call Dawson down at the 41.
Number 10, Trent Dawson.
His knee must have hit the ground. Nice pickup on 2nd and long, but they're still at 3rd and 8. They're not getting into 3rd and manageables right now.
Well, and that was one of the things that we commented last night with Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek was always getting into those, 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3 situations, which you can manage much better than having to put the ball in the air and everybody knows you're going to put it in the air.
Just like here on this 3rd down play, but Carpenter's going to pull it down and fool everybody on the quarterback blast, and he gets it across the 40 out to the 37. Very shy of the first down still. He got half the yardage needed. It's 4th and 4. You go for it, Rick?
Well, I would say this. It's 21-0. At least you're on, the Wilmington side of the 50, and it's probably worth a gamble to go ahead and go for it. I don't see any reason to punt it. Right now, every time Wilmington's touched it, they've scored. So, if your team can, somehow get down the field and put some points on the board, you might have a little bit more momentum, I guess you could say, or at least maybe the hurricane will not take you by storm.
7 seconds left here in the game clock. Back to pass is Carpenter on 4th down. His receiver tripped.
Fell down.
Incomplete pass was intended for number 7, Chris Bear.
Turned over on downs.
Turnover on downs, but that is the end of our first quarter of play. 1 quarter down here to open up the 2016 season for the Wilmington Hurricanes, and let me tell you what, they're rolling right along just fine, leading Little Miami 21-0. As you're listening to live high school football only on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Well, Rick, 1 quarter down, 3 more quarters to go for Wilmington, and a very, very impressive first quarter.
I'll tell you what, they have been hitting on every cylinder. And I think that, obviously it looks like Little Miami's been a little bit out of sync, a little bit opening night jitters, whatever. But Wilmington has been very crisp in their passing. They've been great as far as their running. Dylan Bogart, he's been juking left and right and over all over the field. So Wilmington, they are doing everything that you need to do, and obviously that can be reflected in that 21-0 score. That's pretty powerful to put 21 points, on the board just here in the first quarter.
And they're doing it quickly too, just like we know they can. Their first drive in 3 plays, their second drive in just a few plays, and their third drive in just a few plays. We saw the first drive, they were more spread out, passing the ball a little bit, running more to the outside. Their second drive, they ran up the middle with Bogart in that full house formation from the pistol. And then the third drive, it was more of the passing again down the field. So what do you think? You think we're going to see more of that running game come out for Wilmington like they did on that second drive with Bogart?
I don't know. I think maybe they're going to continue to mix it up until they get comfortable with their lead. One thing I can say as far as Little Miami, it's not as hot as it was for our game last night. It's a little cooler here tonight in Wilmington. But Little Miami, their defense has been on the field a lot, and if they continue to have to be on the field like this, I can only imagine in the third or the fourth quarter what's going to happen.
All right, Evans comes out in the gun, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. DJ Ames, the tailback, he gets the carry here on first down across the 45 and all the way down to midfield for a nice gain for DJ Ames on first down of 14 yards, and it's a first down for Wilmington. There's our answer there for the run. Wilmington, they like to switch off on running backs, and we've seen that with Phelps. We've seen it now with DJ Ames.
Well, and they're probably trying to make sure that they get everybody some playing time, and obviously you want to spread that around as much as possible.
Evans on the read option. He'll give it off to Ames. The penalty flag is down, though, and DJ Ames is down the sideline, and he's going to be brought down at the 16-yard line, but I believe
come back.
This one's going to come back.
Penalty flag on the play.
It's going to be a hold against Wilmington. Official saying he reached his arm around.
Usually you see that flag in the backfield. That's typical of usually a hold. There he is. Hold.
Holding against Wilmington, and that'll back him up 10 yards. So that negates the run by Ames.
It was a great run, though.
Yes, it was. So got it all the way down to the 16. So it's going to back Wilmington up to their own 39. Officially 11 yards lost, and it's 1st and 21.
So it'll be interesting, obviously with a 1st and 21, to see if there's anything going to slow these Hurricane down.
Evans in the gun, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Now the jet sweep keeper for Evans. He pulls it right out in time, gets across the 50, 45, 40, and is knocked out of bounds at around the 34 of Little Miami. And just like that, they still pick up a first down even though they lost a bunch of yards.
Yeah, well, they didn't miss a beat, that's for sure.
1st and 10 for Wilmington. Ball on the Little Miami 34-yard line. Evans comes out with 3 receivers, far side right, 1 near side left. Phelps is in at tailback. Snap, the handoff to Phelps up the middle, broke 1 tackle and gets across the 30 and brought down finally at the 28-yard line.
Held that ball tightly. The Panthers were trying to strip it as he went by, but to no avail.
6 yards on first down for Phelps. It's 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Three receivers, far side right, 1 near side left. Evans bobbles the snap, so he has to just pull it down and run himself, and that was a good decision because Evans is going to go untouched into the end zone for a Hurricane touchdown, 28 yards.
Well, if he's not putting it in the air, he's putting it on the ground, and
he's got a passing touchdown and now a rushing touchdown as Wilmington extends their lead to 27-0 pending the PAT.
So, Troy, are you saying we have some weather coming in?
I don't know if it's coming, but they're postponing games. Not in Cincinnati, right? Saying 20% chance. It's not really moving from where it is down there, so.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get this game in, not have to worry about coming back here and doing it all over again in the morning.
Henry's PAT is up and good, and there goes the cannon. 11:01 left to play in our first half. Wilmington 28 and Little Miami 0.
It's been an incredible offensive display thus far for the Hurricane.
This is a way different ball game than what it was last night.
Oh, no question about it. Obviously, because of the fact that Wilmington is, their attack is a more balanced attack. They can put it on the ground. They can put it in the air. You don't know what to expect when you're a defense trying to defend against the Hurricane because they're just going to hit you where you aren't. And last night, of course, Xenia, they put it on the ground a little, but they weren't really as effective on the ground as they were through the air.
They weren't able to run the ball, and they became one-dimensional.
That's right. And Beaver Creek, on the other hand, Beaver Creek was primarily on the ground, and they were successful at it. So they came away with that 37-20 win there against Xenia.
Bell in to kick this one off. Patton is back to receive it along with Odor. There's the high kick from Bell, fielded by Patton at the 10, across the 15, across the 20, 25, 30, and just shy of the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 34, where the Panthers will take over. First down and 10 being shut out here so far, Rick. Not a very good showing on an opening night, but for Wilmington, a very great showing in front of your home crowd, knowing that you play 2 games at home and then 4 on the road.
Right, and of course it was sort of the opposite. We played. Part of the reason I think, as I recall, last year the field, but being the first year that we had the new turf, I think that a lot of things as far as the schedule was a little different. But now with the Miami, with the team last year and where they played versus where they're playing this year, maybe the new stadium is having some effect on the Panthers.
Carpenter's in the gun, 5 wide receivers, hands it off to Patton on a jet sweep, and Patton gets out across the 35 to the 36. Nice little pickup on first down of around 4.
I don't think that it's been that they've not had any problem. They've managed to put some yards on the ground.
Their drives are stalling as soon as they get to Wilmington territory.
They end up with a penalty, or Wilmington pushes back, on 3rd down or whatever, and so it stalls.
You're moving the ball forward. They're getting 5 yards but losing 8. That's
right.
2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7. Carpenter takes the snap. It's going to be a keeper. That was a low snap. Picked it almost off of the turf. And he gets it to the 38-yard line. 2-yard pickup for Carpenter. Brings up 3rd and 5. Now this is a little more manageable. This is probably the first 3rd and short we've seen from Little Miami here so far. When you get in 3rd and 5s or less, it's a little easier. You can maybe run the ball or you could pass. I mean,
exactly.
You can tweak it a little bit.
Wilmington can't just expect that you're going to pass the ball because you could still run the ball and conceivably pick the first down up. So this presents a little better problem for...
Carpenter is going to drop back, and he is going deep.
Got it.
Nice catch, and he dropped it. He bobbled it out of bounds. That would have been a spectacular catch if it was made. I think Ethan Paulo, number 5, was the intended receiver there.
So once again, now we've got a 4th and 5, and I think inevitably this will have to result in a punt.
Yep. But it looks like Little Miami is lined up in kind of a short punt formation like we saw last night from Xenia. There goes the Carpenter backing up. Nice line drive punt. No one back to receive it, so it's going to bounce as long as it wants to bounce across the 20 and out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Nice punt from the quarterback, Carpenter. And the Hurricanes are back out on offense here at the 19-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 9:27 left to play in the first half.
Speaking of kickers last night, we saw something that was very unusual. Unusual in as much as there were actually 2 female kickers for Beaver Creek. Extra points, in fact, they were all good. Some of them were a little low, but you occasionally will see a female, particularly in the kicker position for teams over the years, but to actually have 2 of them, that's kind of unusual.
1st and 10 for the Cane. Evans in at quarterback. DJ Ames in at tailback. 3 receivers far side right, 1 near side left. Back the pass now is Evans. He wants a wide open man on the far side. He had a touchdown in front of him, but he made the catch and fell down. Pass was completed to Tony Merritt all the way to the Panther 40.
And the important thing is he made the catch first before worrying about trying to run.
Yes. And the turf monster got him a little bit there. But it is a Hurricane 1st down. And they're in Little Miami territory once more here. Evans in the gun. Takes it. Hands it off to DJ Ames up the middle. Ames across the 35 and down to the 33. May spot it at the 32. Nope, got him at the 33, 2nd and 3. 3 receivers near side left, 1 far side right. In the gun is Evans. Ames on his right side. Takes the snap, hands it off to DJ Ames again. This time he strings it outside. He's got to cut it up sometime today. And he's going to get nothing on that play. Maybe even lost a yard back to the 34. We'll have to see where the spot is. He lost a yard back to the 34 there, Rick. 3rd and 4 for Wilmington, under 8.5 to play here in our first half.
The boosters are selling 50-50 raffle tickets.
Trips far side right, one receiver near side left. Evans in the gun, takes the snap. Toss back, screen pass to Bogart, but he led him a little too far. Should have just straight shot at that one. That was a wheel route.
That was actually the first time that he wasn't really quite as crisp. All right, so we've got Clinton Massey 14 and Blanchester 10 with 8:27 left in the second. Still a very close game.
They fumbled. They missed a snap.
Wilmington will be facing fourth down.
At the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line,
4th and 4. Wilmington going to go for it here. Evans in the gun. 3 receivers far side left. 1 near side right. The snap, the handoff, and a penalty flag.
Before the snap.
Hopefully this is not against Little Miami because that'd be a first down. And I think it's going to be against Wilmington. Yep, the legal procedure. So now it's 4th and 9, and I think you punt it here. 28-0 lead.
I don't know.
Fraction against the Hurricane. Legal procedure that will be 5 yards on the play.
When you're Wilmington, though, you can pick up 9 yards fairly easily.
I don't know. I think that Wilmington could go for it here. And so what happens if you turn it over on downs? Little Miami has not been moving the ball that well.
Right. 3 receivers far side right, 1 near side left. Evans takes the snap in the gun, fires this one deep. Merritt makes the catch and breaks the tackle for a Hurricane touchdown. 38-yard pitch and catch from Evans.
On the reception, number 33.
To Tony Merritt, his second catch of the drive, and that one good for 6 points. We thought he was going to have a longer touchdown catch, but he, caught the ball and fell down. But just like Rick said, did a very good job of making sure he had possession before running. And when he started running, Turf Monster got him, but not on this play.
And the interesting thing is it just continues that every time Wilmington touches the ball, they're scoring.
Brady Henry in to attempt the PAT. Snaps down, kicks up end over end, and another extra point, 5 for 5. 8:04 left to play in our first half. It is now Wilmington 35 and Little Miami 0.
We're here locally from Wilmington. We do Wilmington and Beaver Creek sports.
Rick has to explain everything to everybody.
Well, there are a lot of people literally in the area that's
It's
still
crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, not just from this area, but all around the state that listen to us.
Right. Well, globally, you might as well say, obviously, being the internet giant that we are, right?
Sports giant.
We are the sports animal.
Odor and Patton back to receive the kickoff from Bell. The 6th one. And Patton will field it once more, this time all the way back at the 3. Patton's across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, where he's brought down.
Now, that was a nice run back.
Brought down at the 46. So a 43-yard kickoff return by Patton. And the Panthers have good field position with 7:56 left to play in the first half. Plenty of time.
Patton's brought down just across the 45-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10.
And just a reminder, this video from the game tonight will be available on our website tomorrow, sometime around 2, 3 o'clock. It depends on how much time it takes for us to do our processing. Usually most of it is overnight, but anyway, we will have that Beaver Creek and Xenia game that'll be posted to our website later this evening.
1st and 10. Carpenter in the gun. 3 receivers near side right, 1 far side left. Carpenter takes the snap. Just back. Looking deep. He has a man and in and out of his hands. Good defense there by Wilmington.
Yeah, defense was right on him, but he should have hung on to that ball. He should have had it.
Shirey, the intended receiver on coverage, is Grant Mayer, number 42. 2nd down and 10. Quarterback did just throw it a little short, too. Second and 10, 7:50 left to play in the first half. Carpenter's in the gun. Two receivers on each side. Now Patton comes in motion. The snap and the keeper for Carpenter spun down at the 49-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on second down and 10 brings up 3rd and 7. Still another 3rd and long here.
3 on the play.
Yeah, they're not doing themselves any favors when they can't manage enough yardage to make it more manageable, like a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 7.
Some of that has to be attributed to Wilmington's great defense, though.
Oh, yeah. Carpenter's in the shotgun. 3 receivers near side to the right, 1 far side left. Draws back to pass. Looking, scrambling now. Scrambling, still scrambling. He's going to fire for Patton, and Patton makes a catch at the Wilmington 40. Official signaling catch. That's a first down. Good job to come back to the ball, and the quarterback to realize he was doing that and get him the ball quick.
Right, and he hung on.
So a first down for the Panthers. I believe that's their 4th of the ball game.
Literally had that Wilmington defender hanging all over him.
First and 10. 4 wide receivers for Carpenter in the shotgun. Takes the fake jet sweep, now has to get out of there, and he's going to get sacked.
Big loss.
Back across the 45 to the 46, a 6-yard loss on first down, and it's now 1st and 16.
Looks like the Gold Star is coming up. Your favorite, AJ.
I'm good.
AJ, I don't understand. Now, aren't you born and raised in Ohio?
Yep.
You like Michigan, and you don't like Gold Star. What is it with you?
Skyline's better.
Oh, well, all right. As long as you like chili dogs, that's all right.
I don't really like chili dogs, but okay.
Well, I think we get Skyline at Wilmington College, don't we?
Yeah. Carpenter is going to get sacked again. Nice pressure. The defensive ends collapsed in there and brings him down back into Little Miami territory at the 49. So now we got 3rd down and a mile upcoming. Yeah, I don't really care for chili on my hot dog. I'll take some mustard any day of the week and maybe some cheese.
Well, go to a Reds game.
I do go to the Reds game. You know they have dollar hot dogs at a Reds game?
Well, they do, because that's the best.
And they're the same size as the regular hot dogs. No. 3rd and a mile. Pistol set. Carpenter with the snap. Play action to Patton. Looking for a screen. Now he's scrambling. Tried to get away from the defender, and he's brought down at the 44. So they get a first down on this drive, and then it ends up in 3 negative plays back to back to back.
Which is what we were saying, basically. They go forward a little and they go back a lot.
Joyner with the sack on that play, and now it's 4th down and an eternity. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Murillo will be in to punt.
Got a nice crowd here, don't we, Roger?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Merritt and Zach Eden back to receive the punt for the Hurricane. Ooh, yeah, there's a flag. I saw that from here.
That was encroachment, wasn't it?
Joyner, who just got the sack, was lined up off sides.
Just a little too much leaning.
Will be an improvement penalty assessing against Wilmington.
4th and a little closer, 21. Merritt. Then Eden back to receive the punt from Murillo. There's a snap. Nice high spiraling punt fielded by Merritt at the 20 or at the 19-yard line, and he'll bring it out across the 30 to the 31. Will the Hurricane take over on offense once more with 4:20 left to play here in the first half. 35-0, Wilmington leading. You're listening to live high school football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal. Your home for high school and college sports. I'm A.J. Ganger. With me as always, Rick Phillips, and Roger the Dodger Thompson is on our video camera.
He's our video guru.
Literally, his birth certificate says Roger the Dodger.
That's right. Never paid taxes ever in your life, right, Roger?
Brady Evans will start out in the shotgun on first down and 10 with 4 wide receivers lined up, 2 on each side. Bogart comes in motion, fake jet sweep. Evans pulls it down, keeps it himself, and an 11-yard gain will pick up a first down out to the 41.
Across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 for the Hurricane.
Yardage for the Hurricane.
4:14 and counting left to play here in our first half of football in the 2016 season for the Wilmington Hurricane. 3 receivers far side to the right, 1 near side left. Evans takes it, fires a slant pass, and it nearly was picked off.
Evans' pass is broken up on the play by Little Miami.
Number 82, Ryan Sellers, nearly had the pick on that.
Pass breakup was number 90, make that 82, Ryan Sellers.
Yeah, well, it hit him in the hands. That was the problem.
Second and 10. Same formation here for Evans. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and a nice 5-yard pickup on the play by Soreska.
Dylan Bogart on the carry for the Hurricane.
Stylen?
No, number 24. That was France Soreska.
All right, well, Bill got it wrong then.
I was actually right for once, and Bill was wrong. That's
You've
2.
been right 2 nights in a row,
That's
AJ.
2.
That's incredible.
3rd and 6 for Wilmington.
You can't count, but you're right.
And Evans is going to keep that. He should have handed that one off, but there was a fumble on the play, and the Panthers are going to recover it, and that's the first turnover of the ball game.
By Little Miami.
And really the first error that we have seen Wilmington's quarterback make all night.
Covered by 55, Candeloro.
So with 3:17 left in this first half, Little Miami, maybe they can get a little momentum here. Something to go into to look forward to as far as the second half. Be nice if they could put some points on the board. I'm sure they'd like to put 7 up there.
So first down and 10. It's the first turnover of the year, by the way, for the Wilmington Hurricanes in the first of our ball game. We saw 6 or 7 of them last night between Beaver Creek and Xenia. First and 10. Ball will be placed on the Wilmington 46-yard line. I could stick my head in that refrigerator right now. Although this is nothing compared to last night.
Last night it was a sauna. There's no question about it. With windows that wouldn't open up and facing the sun in the west.
Little Miami is going to take their second timeout with 3:17 to play in the first half. Again, Wilmington leading 35-0. We want to thank Bogart's Barbecue, located here in beautiful Wilmington, Ohio at 975 South Street. Stop in there, see Marty, and say thank you for bringing you guys Wilmington High School sports all season long. Marty has been a big supporter of CampusNation.com for the past 2 years, and we want everybody to go out there and show your support, not only for Marty for bringing you Campus Nation, but we want you to go out there and check out his world-famous barbecue.
That Memphis-style Southern barbecue.
Did he come from Memphis?
I think that they moved from Memphis to Wilmington.
Yeah, he's got a great style for barbecue. I love it. So after the turnover by Wilmington and the timeout taken by Little Miami, we're back to football here with trips lined up to the near side right, 1 receiver far side left. Carpenter will be in the pistol formation. Run up the middle with Patton. Fumble and scooped up by Wilmington. There was no whistles, and DJ Ames is going to fall down with the football. So right after Wilmington gave it away on a fumble, Little Miami gives it away on a fumble.
Well, the pile kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
That's why there was no whistle.
And then the fumble was made, and
Credit DJ Ames on the fumble recovery from the Hurricanes.
Troy? 6-3.
think they're playing Trotwood.
Yeah, at the end of one, we've got East Clinton 6, Batavia nothing.
Evans' pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for number 4, Chad Davis. Second down and 10.
And once again, Clinton Massey 20, Blanchester 16. That was with 6:07 left in the second quarter of play. Here we have a score of 35-0. Wilmington over Little Miami.
So I guess you can do live broadcasting.
You can if primarily your crew is student.
Oh.
That's the key. And obviously we can't.
Oh, Bogard took a shot in the backfield on a jet sweep, and he's going to lose about 7. What now?
Because obviously we don't comprise a student broadcast. Yeah.
So 6 or 7 yard loss on the jet sweep that Bogard just got blown up on in the backfield. So now it's 3rd and 17 for Wilmington. 2:35 and counting left to play.
So that is Troy at, where did you think it was?
No, it's Troy and I think Trotwood.
Well, both GWalk teams.
Back to passes Evans, looking downfield, firing across the middle. That should have been interference. There's the penalty flag.
2 flags.
Pass was intended for Zach Eden.
Well, that's the way to stop it.
So it's going to be a automatic first down for Wilmington. Oh, they're waving off the flags. Are they saying the pass was uncatchable?
Picking up the flags.
Scott Callan wants an explanation.
Yeah.
Callan does it. He's going to get it. Troy is playing Trotwood, so Troy is leading Trotwood 6-3. Thank you, Dad.
All right, so we're getting an explanation as to why they are waving off now, and the Little Miami coach, he wants to come in and make sure that they don't change what they've changed already. So it will be waved off.
So it'll be 4th down for Wilmington and 17.
And that will be the first time the Hurricane have been stopped from scoring as far as possessions.
The snap. And the punt. Nice line drive punt. Patton backs up. Lets it bounce. All the way down inside the 20. And it's going to be down at the 17-yard line. First down and 10 for Little Miami with 2:04 left to play in our first half. Wilmington leading again 35-0.
First half, Cook Massey 20, Blanchester 16.
That's going to be a barn burner down to the end. 20-16, Massey at halftime leading over Blanchester.
Well, I don't know whether that's indicative of the fact that Blanchester is much better or Massey is not. You know, we know that Massey lost
mistakes.
Yeah, Massey lost some players, and so and obviously a very good quarterback.
Right.
You know,
Carpenter on first down hands it off up the middle to Patton, and he squirts his way out across the 20 to the 24. A good pickup for Patton. Brings up a second down and 3. Three receivers near side right, one far side left. Carpenter in the pistol, takes the snap, hands it to Patton again.
Nowhere.
And he maybe got a yard. Whistle blown. The officials, Wilmington came away with the ball out of the pile, but I think they're just going to calm down.
For Little Miami was number 4 on that play. He was Patton.
So it is going to stay with Little Miami here. 3rd and 3.
Little Miami's going to be facing 3rd down, 2 yards to go.
Takes the snap. And Carpenter is going to hang on to it, and that's going nowhere. Number 39, Joyner on the stop. He's been all over the place for this Wilmington defense.
And Little Miami, they're going to let that clock run as long as they can so that Wilmington doesn't have any time left to
put up another score. It's 4th and 2. Now the running clock rule does not come into effect until the
second half.
Oh, it's the second half. I didn't know if it was the fourth quarter or not.
No, it's the second half. So there is a 35-0 lead. The clock will run the second half.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 2, it looks like, with 30 seconds to play.
They don't want Wilmington to have the ball back.
Yeah, Little Miami is going to take their 3rd and final timeout with 31 seconds left to play in our 3rd quarter, or 2nd quarter, first half. 3rd inning. Like the 2-0 safety at the beginning of the game last night. That was rare.
Well, we've got a nice crowd here tonight. Little Miami, yeah.
They traveled pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing like last night. There was at least 4,000, 5,000 people there in the stadium.
Yeah, there was, of course, you expect that from schools that are, it's a cross-county rivalry. It's like when we get together with Massey.
Oh, man, that Massey game 2 years ago was insane with people. So after the timeout, 4th and 2. Trying to draw Wilmington off sides is Carpenter. He's got 3 receivers near side right, 1 far side left with Patton on his left side in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it. He's got a first down. He's got more, and he got lit up at the 34-yard line. But again, it's a first down for the Panthers, and they have no timeouts and 26 seconds left. They're going to have to hurry it up here or spike the ball. The clock now running. Snap and the spike.
Quarterback looks like he's favoring a leg.
Yeah, he took a shot on that run. I would have just stayed down. But that's me. He's a lot tougher than I am. I used to be that tough.
And you've got a few scars to prove it.
Yes. Patton in the shotgun again. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's looking downfield. Now he's scrambling out to his right. He's going to have to pull it down and run. 35, 40, and wisely goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Just shy of a first down. It looks like he's going to be inches short.
Well, at this point, it looks like, Little Miami's trying to do anything they can to put something positive on the board before they go in at halftime.
To prevent a running clock in the second half.
Yeah, well.
Third and a yard. Actually, about 3rd and 2 feet.
I like that T-shirt. Straight out of Wilmington.
Yep. Third and inches. Carpenter in the gun. Takes it just back to pass again. Looking downfield. Going deep. And nearly picked off by DJ Ames. Pass is incomplete.
Down to their last 6 seconds.
Number 8, the intended receiver, Jacob Shirley.
Be enough for another long pass.
Oh, the Browns are playing right now. Browns and Bucks. I forgot. Preseason football. Also, NFL football's back everywhere, baby. Except for college.
Except for college.
That's next week.
And, of course, we'll be bringing you Wilmington College football.
All the home games, right, Rick?
That's right.
The snap by Carpenter. The pass, it's completed. On the near side, he got the first down. Number 3, Bates.
As time runs out.
And we're going to go into the end of our first half with the Wilmington Hurricanes leading the Little Miami Panthers by the score of 35-0. Here you're listening to us live on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Rick and I will be taking a break. You'll be able to listen to the Little Miami Band and the Wilmington Band during our halftime, and we'll be back with all the halftime show festivities in just a few minutes.
You didn't see me near enough. There's napkins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen! Please give a warm welcome for the Band in Demand, the 2016 Little Miami Marching Panther Band. The Panther Band is under the direction of our own Magic of Ministry, Mrs. Tabitha Smith. Wilmington fans, are you excited about the new football season? Well, the Little Miami Panther Band is. In fact, they are going absolutely gaga! Enjoy as the band performs 3 hits for her lady herself. If you want to hold them like they do in Texas, let's get this show started with Poker Face!
I was thinking the very same thing.
Now let's deep and fill us up.
I guess the only
It doesn't matter who loved him or her.
leave with one
It's none for fans. Just throw up your paws because
that would help us.
we were born this way.
So it's sort of like Michigan and Ohio State. You don't want Michigan to be too bad. Ohio State, they beat them. It needs that. So you want Madison to be good. Except against one.
You get a pony? I'll lay right there. Yes, you are. That was good.
best to get romance tips from. Seems like she's always in a bad romance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the band of the man, our very own, the 2016 Little Round Marching Paper Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the Pride of Wilmington Marching Band. Tonight, they will be playing a portion of their 2016 competition show, Explorers of Infinity. Tonight's featured soloist is Rebecca True. The Pride of Wilmington.
Treat them all. Yeah, but he left you all the hot pepper sauce. Yeah, they are.
Once again, to the halftime report, Pride of Wilmington, thank you for your halftime show. Updating the scores as we have them right now. We have some weather issues on some of the other games at the end of the first quarter. East Clinton leading Batavia 6-0 at the end of the first quarter score. The score at halftime is Clinton Massey 20, Blanchester 16. Repeat, Clinton Massey 20, Blanchester 16, halftime score. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a possibility that we can have a weather delay if lightning does around the field. Due to the severe weather conditions that could be experienced, we would ask you to evacuate the bleachers to take shelter in case we have to take this precaution. We will advise you if there is any inclement weather moving our way.
All right, we have about 3.5 minutes left before the start of the second half. We are under the understanding that we might have some bad weather heading this way, and of course, if there is any thunder or lightning, the game would be delayed. They do that a certain number of times before a game gets postponed or called or rescheduled. We will be starting the second half with a running clock because of the 35-0 lead that Wilmington has over Little Miami. And we do see some, I guess you could say, I can't tell.
There is a weather issue. As a result, we have shortage of lightning in the area. There will be a 30-minute delay before we can resume with the game.
All right, so there's the call. 30-minute delay before we can actually resume the game, and that's 30 minutes from the last sight of thunder or lightning. And they are suggesting people leave the stands, asking them to vacate the stands because of the inclement weather.
Due to the severe weather conditions we are experiencing, we have to evacuate the bleachers and take shelter. We will be in a weather delay for 30 minutes. Those teams are to report to their respective locker rooms. We will resume play 30 minutes after the lightning and thunder ends.
So, we know that the weather is coming from the Cincinnati area and moving northerly and northeast.
I can't hear you because I don't have my headphones on.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I guess what we decide, do we want to make the call? Do we want to just go ahead and resume our See, the problem will be, obviously, if we go off the air, people aren't going to know when to come back on, when we'll be on, other than if you look at the Campus Nation actual Facebook page, we will post...
I won't be here tomorrow.
Yeah, and I won't be here. I'm supposed to be in Columbus tomorrow morning. So, it's conceivable that if we can't get this entire game in its entirety tonight,
right,
that we will probably have to end it with the 35-0 halftime score, or whatever play we get in after we resume, whenever that is. We had the same situation last year on a game.
In week 2, Carroll and Beaver Creek.
Week 2.
That was everybody's games were getting postponed.
Yeah, all over
day.
the Miami Valley they had inclement weather. And we did manage to come back that Saturday morning for the actual game. The game didn't get off at all on Friday night. And on Saturday, we got the game in and had to rush across the Miami Valley to get to Wilmington for a Wilmington College football game. So they are evacuating the stands. Most of the fans have left for higher ground, I guess you could say.
So here's another question I have. It's probably a stupid question.
There aren't any stupid questions, AJ.
Just stupid people, right?
Nah.
So if they do end up calling the game, it is 35-0, obviously. Could both coaches and teams come together?
They won't do that.
You don't think they would do it?
Yeah, I seriously doubt that they would say, well, since it's 35-0, the only way that I would even see that happening is, depending on if there was something scheduled for tomorrow morning on this field, and then it would be a situation where obviously Little Miami would have to be, they would have to be agreeable. But and there's Mr. Jim Marsh, the athletic director out at East Clinton. But I would say at this point, AJ, that they will play the game. Now, whether they play it tomorrow or if, depending on the scheduling, they had to come back on a Sunday. Excuse me. We'll only know, once that event happens, and I don't know that we'll actually know tonight if the game is postponed. I don't know whether they'll actually say, okay, postpone till tomorrow at 10, or whether they'll say tomorrow night at a certain time. But a lot of the Cincinnati area teams, they're on hold or they haven't gotten underway.
Again, we are We were at halftime. We are now in a 30-minute lightning delay. We're 3 minutes into the lightning delay at this moment. Wilmington again leading at the half officially 35-0. Yeah, Wilmington is...
It's been all Wilmington. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, Wilmington High School football is brought to you by Bogart Southern Barbecue here in Wilmington, Ohio, 975 South Street. And yes, there is a North-South Street here in Wilmington for those who are confused.
Yeah, but no East or West South Street.
I'm surprised about that. Well, I mean, this week one game has been, this entire last day and a half has been one to remember for us, Rick. I mean, we went to Beaver Creek last night for the first time ever in Campus Nation history at Beaver Creek Stadium. It wasn't the first
alma mater
Beaver Creek game.
Right?
We did a Thursday night game. That's a first for us as well. We were there with television crews there as well.
Well, they heard that we were going to be there, so they decided they had to compete with us.
And you said we did have a lot of live listeners for that ball game, which is great. We want to thank all of our listeners, as always, for tuning in to campusnation.com and listening to us throughout the years and for this upcoming sports season. Rick, you were talking about doing some tennis and soccer and things like that here in the upcoming fall sports season as well.
Right. In this season, last year, we primarily did football. And this year, as with last year, we increased our spring coverage, which we'd never done before, with baseball and softball and lacrosse. The fall sports season, we are going to do girls volleyball. We are going to do girls tennis. Tennis will be totally delayed. Obviously, it's a little difficult to do audio-only tennis matches. So what we'll actually do is we will go in and we will tape the tennis matches, and then we will put them on the website so that you can view them in their entirety, audio and video. And really, when you look at our listeners, about 75% of our listeners are listening to us on mobile devices, and about that same amount of viewership is after the fact. And in fact, if you take 6 months later or a year later, it's usually a lot more, because people, particularly young people, but people like the convenience of on-demand, and that's one of the great things about what we do and how we do it. And the quality, I must say, if we pat ourselves on the back, is second to none. Everything is HD video. Everything has been processed to the max. You can view this on a big screen, or on your home TV.
I have done it through my PlayStation.
Right, and you can view it on your laptop, or you can view it on your mobile device. And in each case, you get a quality video stream, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is the quality of our video stream, and of course our crew, because we try as much as possible to be able to be professional, and we hope that our listeners and our viewers appreciate that, because that's important to us as well.
Let's go ahead real quick and just remind everybody what's to come for this 2016 football season on campusnation.com. Again, we are not only doing Wilmington Hurricane High School football this season and other sports, we're also doing Beaver Creek High School football and other sports as well. And I just kind of want to run through the schedule right now for both Wilmington and Beaver Creek, the games that will be featured football-wise on Campus Nation. The crews are to be announced, so all you have to do is just stay tuned to the Campus Nation website. Rick always posts a nice little description before the games of, join Rick Phillips and AJ, or join Rick and Charlie and Roger and all this. He always does a good job at doing that, so you know who you're going to be listening to at what times. Upcoming games for Beaver Creek, obviously, next week, week 2, on September the 2nd, we have Carroll going to Frank Zink Field at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium to take on the Beavers. And then the Beavers are on the road for 3 straight. On September the 9th, we have Beaver Creek at Fairborn. On the 16th, they'll be at Lebanon. And on the 23rd, they'll be at Fairmont. Closing out the month of September, they have another Thursday night game. It'll be against Springboro.
Right. That'll be televised as well.
It'll be televised as well at Frank Zink, and you can guarantee me and Rick will both be there for that broadcast as well. And then on October the 7th, there's the big red star on your calendar for this game at Wayne. That's going to be huge to be able to go to Wayne and call that game. I will probably be at that Wayne game, just to let some people know.
Well, I mean, we know Wayne they are the defending runner-up state football champion, so to speak, the last 2 years. And so, they're always formidable, as well as Centerville. And you did that Centerville game last year when Beaver Creek played Centerville.
Yep, me and Corey Monin, Miami East grad as well. We both did that game. Also coming up on the 14th of October for Beaver Creek, they're at home against Springfield. And then on the 21st, they're at Miamisburg, and to close out the year on senior night at Frank Zink, they take on their arch rivals, Centerville Elks, which last year's game, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, if you want to relive it, it's on our website. Also, the Carroll game from last year is on our website. You'll be able to not only listen to that game live next Friday night, but you'll also be able to watch it on Saturday afternoon. Rickle, I'm sure he's probably got 3 computers set up at home, to be able to process all this video, because it is double the video. So we want to also just let everybody know that we appreciate patience from everybody. I know people from last night, they're probably really wanting to watch that game, because Fox 45 on their website, they didn't have any highlights, any photos, anything from last night. I'm sure you could have recorded the game and gone back and rewatched it on your DVR, but at the same time, we're working, Rick works round the clock trying to get these videos up online for you. And last night's game, like he said, was such a huge file. He said, I think almost 10 gigabytes
That's right,
of video, which is a huge file. So he was working on that as soon as he got home last night. And also, we have to remember that tonight's game, whenever it is posted, will be on the website tomorrow afternoon as well. So that was the Beaver Creek football schedule. That's what you folks have looking forward to. Again, stay tuned to the website to go ahead and look at the schedule. Rick will be posting probably week by week. I would have to imagine somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever we figure out who's going to be where, is when we'll figure out.
Right, because these games, unlike doing a Thursday night game last night and then obviously a Friday night game tonight, these games that are upcoming for the next few Fridays are simulcast, meaning, we're going to have 2 crews that are out doing games at the same time, and you'll be able to go to our website and choose or go back and forth and listen to those games.
You can choose if you want to hear Rick, or you can choose if you want to hear me if we're not together. More than likely, Rick and I have talked about it. We'll let some of you fans know as well, some of the behind the scenes a little bit. Rick and I were trying to work with the AV departments at both Wilmington and Beaver Creek to try to find some students that are willing to come up and help us during our broadcast. We're also looking for anybody out there who is interested in broadcasting and broadcast journalism and just high school sports and wants to come out.
And college.
Yeah, and college sports, and wants to come out and help Campus Nation with these broadcasts we're doing. If you're in college, we can talk about doing an internship as well. It's a good key. It's good to earn some credit for college. I know I did an internship with a radio station here in Wilmington that ended up turning into working with Rick and CampusNation.com. It's something that I've done for years, and absolutely love doing broadcasts myself. For Wilmington, we're going to go dive right in here to their schedule as well. Again, some of these games are simulcast, and actually almost all of them except for the Springboro game from now on will be simulcast on Friday nights. For Wilmington, next week they take on Greenville. On the 9th, they're at Vandalia Butler. On the 16th of September, they're at McLean. On the 23rd, they're at Hillsboro. On the 30th, they'll be at East Clinton. On the 7th, they'll be back here at home against Washington Courthouse. On the 14th, they'll be playing Miami Trace. On the 21st, they'll be at Clinton Massey for that big rivalry showdown. And on the 28th, you will have Chillicothe.
That's why Bill keeps me around. That's right.
So we're still in a delay right now. We've seen some lightning out to our left here in the press box, waiting to hear what is going to happen with this game. And just like Rick said, we're going to have to figure out if they do postpone this game.
Right, we actually are delayed at 12 minutes, so I don't know if that means that
They just set the clock for the third quarter. That's all they did there.
So obviously they're still counting down the time.
And again, we just want to thank everybody for their patience.
Yeah, unfortunately, in a situation like this, particularly with the Little Miami crowd, and a lot of them probably, with the score being 35-0, unfortunately will not hang around. They won't come back. They'll probably leave for home, not waiting another 30 minutes of delay. Wilmington fans, obviously you're here, you're home. It's a little easier to hang out and then come back.
Another thing we've talked about here at Campus Nation as well, another little behind-the-scenes tidbit, not only are we looking for people, but Rick and I have also decided that no matter what games we are doing on Friday nights when we're simulcasting, at least one of us will be at one game and one of us will be at another game, just to have those members of the original Campus Nation crew there to make sure things go smoothly and to teach other people how we do our broadcast and to be able to pass on the knowledge to other people. And I mean, like we said, if you're willing or you're wanting to learn about broadcasting, you're wanting to learn about how we're going to do things, and eventually we'll be able to teach people how to do switcher software, and whenever we switch our 3-camera system, you'll be able to learn how to run cameras and actually more than likely be on a microphone at one point in time too. So again, I mean, you can just go on the campusnation.com website, click on Contact Us, and email us at support@campusnation.com to be able to show your interest to us. We're open to anybody out there.
We're willing to train.
Yeah, we're willing to help people, and it's one of those things. I went to college for broadcasting. Rick has had years and years of experience for broadcasting, journalism. He's also, I will say this, a pretty good businessman. I have a pretty good businessman in my family as well, my grandfather. So he's kind of passed a little bit of knowledge on to me as well, which is great to have. And we're willing to not only share things with people that we know. You are also able to share things with us that you may know that we may be doing something wrong or wanting to fix something as well. So I mean, we're open to anybody and everybody out there who's passionate about sports and other broadcasting. We not only have the Campus Nation website, but Rick also has the Talk TV network. He has RadioNation.us. I mean, Rick has all these great domains to be able to showcase our talents.
And we are talented. There's no question about that.
You're talented, I'm talented, and you just have the good looks.
Yeah. Roger, is that the signal that we're going to play?
Oh, no.
Someone just blew off the cannon twice. Maybe that was a little entertainment.
So in case you don't want it to get lightning to strike it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So you don't want lightning to strike a loaded cannon?
Oh,
That
my
might be
God.
dangerous.
I guess.
Well, it's not loaded with anything but gunpowder.
Yeah, that doesn't blow up, does it?
It just blow. If you're standing in front of it like an idiot, you're going to get blown up by a cannon. I mean,
Well, I might have been standing in front of it because I didn't know they were going to shoot it off.
well, you would have seen the fire.
Yeah, it would have been all over me.
Just wait. I'm going to bring a firecracker one day.
Yeah.
To again, 35-0, Wilmington in the lead. We're waiting on confirmation for anything that's going to be happening. If the game was going to continue or be postponed. It's a waiting game right now, folks. You're listening to us live here on CampusNation.com, the Sports Animal, your home for high school and college sports. Again, stay tuned to the website to check out the available crews for next week's broadcast, simulcast with Wilmington and Beaver Creek. Wilmington will be here at home against Greenville, and Beaver Creek will be at home against Carroll.
Well, as far as I can tell, there hasn't been any additional extension to the delay. We're still delayed. It's gotten darker. The sky is darker. I have not seen any lightning, at least, from our vantage point here in the press box. And we, as far as we are looking east from our press box, so we can see, east of the press box and obviously north and south of the press box. Now, what's coming in from the west behind us, a little more difficult. So if there's any activity as far as lightning or anything as far as thunder, we've certainly not heard anything that would indicate that we would extend this delay. And the officials are still, down near the field. So no one that is in this game has left. So as far as we can tell, we will continue to monitor the situation, and we'll see if we're going to get this game in tonight. And if not, we'll try to pass along to you when this game would resume, whether it would be tomorrow evening, Sunday evening, and I don't know who actually makes that determination, whether that is the athletic directors at both schools getting together and saying this is when we can play, or whether that's something that Wilmington is in control of as its athletic director. In fact, I'll see if I can get some information about the delay and what we might expect here if we have to postpone this here, and I'll be back in just a minute or two.
All right, we'll take a little bit of a break as well.
We'd like to announce once again the winning ticket for the raffle. 50/50 raffle number was 5472328. 5472-328. That ticket's worth $81. You can redeem your winnings at the concession stand. Repeating the number 5472328.
Stay tuned. That is as 8:47. So they went into a delay before we did.
We understand the other games are also in a holding pattern right now. Last report, Clinton, Massey, and Blanchester. They have several sightings lightning there as well. Last report, Clinton Massey was leading Blanchester 20-16. I understand the East Clinton game with Batavia also has been affected by the lightning as well.
It's like down there on the end. Big grader.
Well, we had this opportunity. We had a rundown on Sunday sporting events taking place with Wilmington athletic teams. Girls tennis team will be hosting and competing in the Hurricane Invitational tomorrow at home at 9 a.m. We understand the East Clinton game is suspended right now. It's at halftime. Batavia is leading East Clinton 13-8. Repeating, Batavia 13, East Clinton 8. That game also is in a holding pattern due to lightning, and that game is at halftime as well. More Hurricane athletic events. Boys golf will be taking on East Clinton Tuesday at Snow Hill. The cross-country teams will be competing tomorrow morning at Wilmington College at the Finish Timing Invitational. Boys JV and varsity soccer will play Dayton Christian tomorrow at Alumni Field. Starting time will be at 12 noon. Girls JV and varsity soccer will play at Little Miami tomorrow. Starting time will be at 3 p.m. The middle school and high school volleyball teams will play at home against Miami Trace on Tuesday. The girls golf team will play at Chillicothe on Monday. Middle school football will be playing at Franklin on Wednesday. That starting time will be at 5 p.m. The freshman and junior varsity football will play at Little Miami tomorrow morning. The starting time will be at 10 a.m.
Now, once again, we are in a weather delay. We have been in this delay, I would say, a good 30 minutes. And at this point, there has been no official call as to whether or not our game will continue. Wilmington is leading 35-0. This is at halftime. And with this weather delay, we would assume that they will either start the game here shortly, as long as there has been no lightning or any thunder in the area. But Wilmington pretty much commanding the game tonight with 35-0 scores. That would indicate. One of the things that I think has impressed me from the way the Hurricane have played, particularly at quarterback, and our freshman quarterback really, I see some lightning there, so I think that we're probably not going to get this game finished tonight. And just for those of you that are listening along the network, we have other commitments for tomorrow morning, so it will depend on when this game is rescheduled, at least the second half, as to whether or not we come back and can get video and audio of the second half of the game. It could be that they will schedule it for early tomorrow morning. It could be tomorrow evening. It could be sometime on Sunday. Typically, they try to schedule as quickly as possible and come back in the morning. But if that be the case, as I said, we've got commitments for most of tomorrow, so we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll certainly post on our website that information. Next week, we've got the Carroll Patriots coming into Frank Zink Field in Beaver Creek for one of our games. And, of course, we've got a game that we are facing the Butler Green Wave for the first time here in Wilmington. And that game will be again next Friday night in a simulcast. We'll be doing two games virtually at the same time. Both those games start at 7 o'clock, so you'll be able to flip back and forth and maybe catch part of our broadcast from Beaver Creek and part of our broadcast from here in Wilmington. But I don't think I don't think that at this point we'll be continuing with the game tonight. I know that we are still seeing a lot of fans that are here and that have been here and continue to wait to see what the actual outcome is going to be as far as whether they called it or not. AJ, have you heard anything?
Right now, it's a rumor. Massey and Blanchester canceled. It's a rumor.
So we haven't gotten an official that Massey and Blanchester have canceled, but and the real key for us will be obviously when this game gets rescheduled. Typically, they would probably come back in the AM to complete it, and as I've talked as far as along the network, we in that case will end it right here with a 35-0 score, but we will post the final score if that game concludes tomorrow morning at some point.
Is that where Adrian went? Yeah. Adrian works?
Kyle Miller,
I don't think Kyle. Oh, okay.
Kevin F. also here.
Everybody walking through this office.
Yeah.
Roger, you're not going to fall asleep on us, are you?
No. Feel like it.
Well, we've had a eventful 2 nights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to look at the safety of the players and the fans. See, did you graduate from Wilmington?
I went to basic. And then one of the
He graduated. He graduated. So yeah, but now
Now, if we do resume the second half, or when the second half is resumed, whether it's tonight or sometime tomorrow or Sunday, Wilmington will be working with a clock that continually runs. The only time it will stop would be an injury or a team timeout. Other than that, the clock runs simply because if you have a 30-0 lead or a 30-point lead over your opponent, in order to speed the game up so it doesn't drag out, they run the clock. So at this point, this second half will be a running clock, and we'll just have to wait to see when that second half resumes.
Bugs are out.
Well, we've had an interesting 2 nights. Last night, the 4-hour, forever game.
Yeah.
With the TV timeouts and everything, and then tonight, we are in the delay, so the game is dragging on, even though it's not in progress.
We were almost done with halftime, too.
Yeah, I think that basically halftime had concluded. The bands had left the field, and we were winding down. I think we only had about 3 minutes to go before the game was supposed to resume, and then we got the announcement that we were in this delay. And I've seen some lightning, or I believe it. I don't know whether it's lightning or heat lightning, but it is off in the distance. But typically, I think the rule states if they can hear or see lightning,
I think it's like a 5-mile.
Yeah, I don't know how you would determine that, though. But I do know, looking at weather radar, there is a system, but it looks like it might go to the north of us. See anything there, Roger? See, I see some lightning occasionally over in that direction, which once again would be northeast. So it would appear that lightning is with a storm that would be going away from us and not coming towards us.
Two spots. Which one is most likely?
Rick, are you growing a beard?
No, I just don't shave as much, AJ.
You should grow one out. You look good with a beard.
Well, I mean, I had a fairly good beard here. I don't know, it's probably been about a month ago. And my son kept saying, "What are you doing?" Yeah, actually, my beard was probably a little more developed than yours.
You're too old for that.
But anyway,
you got some sexy stubble going on there.
I'm sexy. There's no question about that. I mean, not too sexy for TV and radio, but yeah, just the right sexy.
Losing all that weight now, you are.
I know. Yeah. Well, I mean,
the camera does put on 5 pounds.
That's true. I got my new eyes, and now the cataracts are gone, and so I can see like an eagle. 2015 in my left eye, 2020 in my right eye. I'm Mr. Bionic, and I've dropped to date about 45 pounds, and so I think we're going to do a program with me working out with some strength coach or something like that, and I'll get toned up, and before long, AJ,
have muscles like me.
You're right. I might have that 8-pack that you have. And
8-pack of something else.
Well, you're not getting any younger, right? You got to go through that transition.
Yeah,
that's what happens to us men. We get that stomach, and then you get to a certain point, and maybe you turn around like me, and you start to lose some weight. Mine was all because of my restaurants that I owned.
Yeah,
so,
eating all your food.
I had all that fried food, pizza and hamburgers and French fries and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Cut all that out. Eating a lot healthier, more fruits and vegetables.
Hey,
more lean meats.
I'm actually drinking almond milk.
Almond milk is good. I get it from Mom. I don't really drink much milk at all. I mean, I take supplements, but most of what I'm doing right now is, and we're bored, folks, when we're talking about this. But anyway, what I'm doing mostly now as far as is just coffee and water. And coffee helps dull your appetite. So it's very helpful, when it comes to helping you as far as losing the weight. But, basically it's just good old willpower. I work around the yard, and I've got 7 acres, so there's a lot to do. And my son and I have been clearing out a lot of brush, probably 40 years of small trees that grow up around big trees and all that. It's really starting to look pretty nice. But there's plenty of work to do, and so I've been out, and in this weather, you're going to lose weight. Mm-hmm. A lot of it's going to be water, but still, it's all a question of burning the calories. Well, nobody seems, at least of the people that are here, to be going anywhere. They're waiting for the announcement, the pronouncement, or they're waiting for some football. And certainly, it's been an exciting first half for Wilmington.
Yeah.
I can't say that for Little Miami. Obviously, it's probably been a little disappointing, but there is some possibility here. And we were talking earlier, AJ, where you were saying, well, maybe perhaps Little Miami would concede the game. Being able to go back and sort of regroup and play on another day, be it Saturday or Sunday, may be sort of an advantage for Little Miami, because they can sort of take a deep breath, they can sort of reassess and talk about, what what Wilmington was doing to them, and in that event, if they can make some of those corrections, then they may be able to come back, on a tomorrow or on a Sunday and make a game of this. Never know. Anything can happen.
I don't think they can play after midnight either.
Well, then it wouldn't be midnight; it would be the next day.
True, but you know what I mean. I don't think High School Athletic Association rules allows for games to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there's actually any specific time limit, but we won't be here till midnight. I guarantee that.
That's all right. I'm going to go with George Bar.
Yeah, well, we know Roger is slated to go with Charlie Hargrave, one of our announcers, and Charlie does a lot of car shows and things like that. He's also the band director at Greenfield McLean, and they've got a car show. Is that at AutoZone?
We got a car show in Georgetown.
Georgetown. Oh, you got a piece to drive. So anyway, you're going to Georgetown. I'm going to Columbus, up to Westerville. And AJ, you're working, right?
I'm actually off, but
Oh, you've got plans with the girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
one day that we actually get to spend the day with each other until she goes to work.
She was probably listening to your voice there for a while, but after a while she realized it was pointless since the game was postponed.
We don't know what's going on right now. They're still standing on the field.
Yeah,
or down by the flagpole at least.
Yeah, they don't appear to be. I mean, you've got the looks like Little Miami. At least one of their members standing there with two.
Troy Deals is down there too.
A couple zebras. So I don't know whether that's actually the Little Miami athletic director. I don't know.
I would go try to use the restroom right now, but I bet you there's a bunch of people down there still.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
I'll be right back.
I think you can go ahead and go to the little boy's room, and we'll just do our fill here until you make your way back.
I'll fall in.
Massey's game's been postponed.
All right, so the Massey-Blanchester game.
Game postponed until 7:30 tomorrow night.
Oh, so they're going to play tomorrow evening.
Beginning of third quarter.
So the question will be, if we postpone, whether we play in the morning or whether we play in the evening. A lot of that, I guess.
That's one thing we're discussing right now. When do you resume?
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they'll delay till Sunday. It just depends on, I guess, scheduling and availability. And, I think that, once again, Little Miami, I'm not saying that there'll be a different team tomorrow evening or Sunday, but certainly this gives them a little bit of a chance to sort of recoup, to look over maybe some of the mistakes that they've been making, and regroup to the point where they might be able to make a game out of this. Only time will tell.
We understand the Clinton Massey and Blanchester game has been postponed until 7:30 tomorrow evening. They will start at the beginning of the third quarter. That is the Clinton Massey versus Blanchester game. It has been postponed and will be resumed at 7:30 tomorrow night.
And Clinton Massey, they were ahead, I believe, 20-16 going into that second half. So they certainly weren't running away from Bland, in that game. I know they'd made a couple mistakes, one of them on the 2-yard line. They were driving, from what I understand, and they got down to the 2-yard line and fumbled. But it doesn't sound like they're either as strong as they might have been in previous years, and they did lose some key players from last year. But it could be that Bland has continued to improve, over the years here, and that they may have, a good team as well. Everybody wants to beat Massey. If you live in Clinton County, Massey has had a storied program. Scott Killen, he came from Massey as far as their defensive coach, and Massey has, Coach McSorley over there at Massey has done an incredible job over the years, has a fantastic record both at Massey and previous. And I think probably one of the toughest things that could happen to Clinton Massey football would be if Wilmington would manage to beat them this year, or for that matter, any year. But Wilmington certainly is on the up, and that we can tell from tonight's performance. And obviously, no slight to Little Miami, but Little Miami is not Clinton Massey. And so, Clinton Massey certainly last year's game was a barn burner. It went down to virtually the final play, and they had the guts to go they faked just an extra point and went for 2 points and won by a point. A very, very exciting game, which you can find on Campus Nation. But anyway, at this point, there is no indication yet as to whether we're going to resume. I would say, though, that it appears to me as though the game will not resume. They will probably plan on resuming this game either sometime tomorrow or possibly on Sunday. And as I said, if it is tomorrow morning, we'll be unable to bring the rest of the game to you. If it's tomorrow evening, there is the possibility that we could finish up here from Wilmington High School. And then Sunday, that you flip a coin. We'll just have to see who we have available and what our schedule would be as far as to finish the game. We've got other announcers that we could bring in. AJ, he may not be able to make it back down from Troy, but we have other announcers that we can bring in that have been, for instance, Charlie Hargrave. I'm not sure what his schedule is, if we would be tomorrow evening or be on Sunday. Does he have car shows the whole weekend?
We'll have that Sunday. Yeah.
What about Saturday night?
Saturday night, Saturday night.
I'm talking to Roger the Dodger, who is Charlie's personal scheduler.
Although, Sunday you got a car show down in Advance.
Advance Auto Parts?
Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
And Saturday night, I think, I don't know, you got a wedding night or what? I don't know.
Well, anyway.
I'm being busy. Like we are.
Always bring in, see if Joe Davis is available or one of our other. Joe has done a game with me last year at Miami Trace. Yeah. And Joe is never at a loss for words. Joe is definitely, and he's such an expert, particularly in basketball, but I think that he knows a little bit about volleyball as well. And Joe is our bowling coach, bowling both the girls and the guys here at Wilmington High School. And for those of you that don't know Joe Davis, you can always tune in, and you'll be listening to him on our broadcasts, because we'll have him on as frequently as we can. He's always got interesting things to say, and he is very knowledgeable. Still have Little Miami fans sitting over in the bleachers there. I really, it's not like we've got a lot of activity as far as weather activity. And I think that any lightning that we have been seeing has been lightning going away but I don't know how they count it. I don't know how they decide. It would be in everybody's best interest, I'm sure, if they finish the game tonight. But I might take a trip down, to the powers that be and see if I can get some information as to whether we are going to resume or whether we're going to wrap it up. So give me a little opportunity. We'll let AJ fill in for some time here. This is CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. AJ Ganger, Rick Phillips, and Roger Thompson. And we'll see whether we're going to be bringing you the second half of this game tonight or when it will be resumed and whether we'll be able to bring you the rest of the game. I'm going to see if I can go down and talk to Troy.
Neil's just said the plan is to bring the kids out at 9:35. We are talking about resuming. Yep. I wasn't announcing anything yet. I'm going to sit that way.
And it's another 30 minutes, and then probably will cancel.
All right, so we tentatively have got the word that they will attempt to bring the teams back on the field at 9:35 to resume the contest. So apparently they've met the criteria as far as the bad weather, and they think that it's possible that they can conclude the game. Sounds like they would like to try to get the rest of this game in. You know, they've got everybody here, and we're here. That's the important thing too, right? So we can bring it to our fans out there. And so anyway, we will be resuming at 9:35, at least as far as the teams. Now, the teams will come out on the field. They'll probably do some stretching, you know, getting warmed up in that. Cheerleaders are coming back out. So I would say that we are going to be resuming this game, providing there isn't any other weather that pops up between here and 9:35. So stay tuned. And once again, campusnation.com, the sports animal.
Attention fans, it's our understanding the plan is for the players to return to the field at 9:35. Repeating, the plan is for the players to return to the field at 9:35.
At least they people have an idea. It's not knowing.
Once again, here's a rundown on some of the Wilmington athletic events taking place. The girls' tennis team will be hosting and competing in the Hurricane Invitational tomorrow. The starting time will be at 9 a.m. Boys golf will take on East Clinton on Tuesday at Snow Hill. The cross-country team will be competing tomorrow morning at Wilmington College at the Finish Timing Invitational. Boys JV and varsity soccer will play Dayton Christian tomorrow at Alumni Field, starting time 12 noon. Girls junior varsity and varsity soccer will play at Little Miami tomorrow, starting time 3 p.m. The middle school and high school volleyball teams will play at home against Miami Trace on Tuesday. The girls golf team will play at Chillicothe on Monday. Middle school football will play at Franklin Wednesday. The starting time will be at 5 p.m. And the freshman and junior varsity football will play at Little Miami tomorrow morning. Starting time will be at 10 a.m. Again, last report, it's our understanding that they will be bringing the players back on the field at 9:35.
That's the Spartans game.
At the moment, East Clinton will be kicking off at 9:30. Again, we will be resuming at 9:35, barring any other weather. And Clinton, Massey, and Blanchester have postponed until tomorrow.
Clinton Massey, I think 20-16.
Good.